Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys today? How are you guys going today? Archie Luxury here, Archie Luxury channel, here by Fidel Baboon. What's going on now? I had a great relax yesterday. Yesterday I had a great relax. And I actually met up, you wouldn't believe this, with a school friend. I went to preschool with this guy. Yes, indeed. I went to preschool and yeah, it was good to meet him. I went to preschool and primary school with him. And he's a general manager at a hotel now. And it was good. It was good to catch up and chat and see how things are going. So that was really good. Huratan says, did you previously use portrait mode? I thought I did. Does it work or it's not working? Portrait? Should I be using? I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck is going on here. I don't understand it. Tan, what am I doing, man? What's going on? Tell me, Tan. Tell me what's happening, because I don't. I'm trying to work it out. What the fuck is happening? I don't understand this. Don't understand it. We've got the world's greatest dog trainer.
What is
not
going
just a
on
dog
here?
trainer. Hey, Marky.
Hi there.
Google, has added portrait and fuck me dead. I don't understand this shit.
We've got some kind of, let's see, let's hide it. There we go. How's that? Better?
Only you can hide that. That's just your screen. Hide vertical. I've just done it on my screen as well because I've always been in portrait. I think that's for the phones, smartphones.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Marky, I went to the market today. Had a look around.
Real quick, here's a super chat from Huratan who says they changed StreamYard, only use a landscape. So I don't know how we got into that vertical mode, but hopefully the guys, are you seeing us in
Bateman's back. How are you? What's going on, Bateman?
Batman.
Hello?
Well, Batman is figuring things out. Guys, do we look normal to you on your screen? Tell us in the comments.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we got you.
There we go. Yeah, for some reason, like if you start a stream on the StreamYard and if you choose the recommended, yeah, it's gonna fuck it up. So you got to go with landscape, as Tan has put.
Looks fine.
You got to go with landscape. How the fuck do I change? Can I change it when it's streaming?
Some of them say it looks fine, and some of them say it doesn't.
I don't know. You've got to go with landscape and portrait. So what's landscape?
Never look normal.
No, just ignore portrait. Like in future, just completely ignore portrait. Here, what I'll do is I'll tell everyone in the chat to watch the other streamer and set to landscape. Here we go. I'll start spamming this.
What would we do without you, Batman?
I just tried to go with the standard settings, and it's completely.
We're like confused boomers, and the kid has got it all figured out.
Here we go. I'm just dropping a few links in there so the punters can watch on the winning perspective. You know, how are you guys doing? How are we doing?
Thank you.
Hey, not too bad, Bateman. I went and had a look at some watches yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you go to see watches?
A big shopping mall.
What was it called? What was the name of it?
Well, the problem is, Marky, is that there's so. I said this. I had dinner with a guy I went to preschool with and primary school, and I said the streaming, it's gone really vicious. Like I said, normally I would promote where I am.
Preschool. You went to preschool?
Yes. And I said to him, I don't even announce where I am because people will fucking cause trouble for me.
Now wait, you had dinner with an old preschool chum from like when you were 3 years old, where you are now, or before you left?
we also went, this is where I am now. We also had, we went to primary school as well.
Hang on. So you have an old friend from when you were like 3 and 4 years old who lives in the city where you are currently visiting.
Correct.
Oh, how interesting is that? Now, what does he do? Yeah.
He's a general manager of a hotel.
I see. Is it the hotel where you're staying?
No, no, I don't think it's a good idea to do that.
You didn't want to impose $10 super chat.
AD never calling, $10. May I be the first to super chat in portrait? Hi everyone, look what I can do. Thank you.
Well,
so in future, always set it to portrait, isn't it? That's
landscape. Landscape. No. Ignore portrait. Landscape.
Landscape only.
Yes.
It's
We're just confused boomers. We need somebody under 40 to help us out.
I got to tell you, Marky.
Tell me.
He said to me, it's getting harder to get jobs. He's in his 50s. Harder to get jobs.
Wait. A hotel manager.
Yes.
You've gone to Canada and you're staying near Bear.
Haha. I wish I was.
Yes.
I wish I was. Oh, Canada. Oh, isn't it? That's the...
So yeah, something like that. So you're not in Canada. It's getting cold.
But I got to tell you something. We had a good chat and it was good to catch up.
Super chat
with a friend from school, you know.
You did that good. Super. I'm not even needed here. You can do it, Batman.
Super chat. The Rancher $2. Bateman and Buttman plus the Minotaur.
That's that. There you have it. Well, hey. Rancher, why don't you come aboard? Come on in. The water's fine.
I tell you what, I did see one of the guys. Then we went to the Skytop bar. One of the guys we took the lift up with, he had a fake day date on.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Ooh. Did you say you went to a bar or did you say you went to a rooftop bar? What did you say? Rooftop bar. So there's only
what they've done is, if you've seen this new gold plating, it's actually, you know how fake Rolex, it was a different hue of gold,
brassy.
They now, because most of them are now rose gold, it's harder to tell whether that's real gold or fake gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How'd you bust them out?
Well, it's rude to say, is that fake? You know, it's very rude.
Of course. But there's so many of them in certain parts of the world where they
volunteered it. And I realized that's why I love steel, because steel is just...
Rancher wants the mug rubbed. Hang on.
You got a super chat, big boy.
We got a super chat. Thank you so much there. Thank you so much there. We got a super chat. Hurricane $2. Thoughts on the new Grossman QP on monochrome? What the hell? QP, that's a perpetual, isn't it? Fuck, it looks beautiful. It actually looks lovely. What do you think?
It's nice. It's very nice.
It looks really cool. I like it. I must say, I like the size of the dials, the fonts, everything. From looking at that, it's unusual how they've got the moon phase at the 12 there.
Size queen.
What do you think, Marky? Marky, what do you reckon?
Well, you know, I like a nice girthy watch.
It's not the only thing you like.
This is a perpetual calendar. QP, what's that stand for? Quinteri Perpetual.
This is one of those brands I never heard of. You probably have to be like educated in watches.
Well, I'd never heard of it either, except that Bondage got this watch. He got a Morris Grossman.
But how do we know it's not like a Chinese micro brand, you know, and what we're looking at right there is like Mecca quartz and, you know, I mean, mind you, it looks fancy, but how do we know?
Well, I mean, it's mechanical. You know, you got over 400 components, 42-hour power reserve.
I mean, it does look expensive, but they'll fool you sometimes with this Chinese stuff. How do we know it doesn't have a seagull movement?
Well, I guess we got to do our due diligence there.
Well, it's thin. It's thin. It's
$10.
thin. And $10. AD never calling. $10. Arch. I bought a platinum Timex Q day date with ice blue dial. Very satisfying. Gangster Gary can eat shit.
I do like the Timex Q line though. I really do. I have the one of them anyway. They are kind of fun. And mine ran out of battery because I've had it for quite a while. And I loved all you needed to do was to put a coin in the back of it because there's a hatch. Just pop out the old battery. It's the size of a little button. Pop in the new one. It's like the easiest watch change ever because that hatch with the coin divot for right there with the coin slot.
Yes. Anyway, I just came in to do some quick tech support. I'm going to fike off.
Thank you so much, Bateman. I appreciate you coming on and helping us out. That's much appreciated. For
no worries. Support. So what did we learn?
What we learned is there'll be another
landscape
like
$8.
Landscape only. Very good. All right. Cheers, Mark. See you, boys. Have fun.
Adios. Super chat.
Huratan, $2. What does this watch say about you? Omega, no time to die. I actually love that watch. It says you've got money. They're expensive. They're actually expensive, Monkey.
Yeah, they're crazy. They're like 10, 12 American. Stupid money. I don't really like any of their 007 tie-ins. I just don't like co-branding of any kind, even when it's James Bond. I mean, Rolex never put like Bond. In fact, Rolex was Bond until Bond wanted money for the co-branding, and they said, no.
I don't think they wanted money. They did dual advertising, okay?
Super chat.
The rancher, $2. What have we learned in Archie's case? Nothing.
Hey, the mug has been rubbed, Clyde. Get yourself in here. I'm sending a link because you're going to complain next that, oh, how about a link, genius? Like the link isn't posted, genius. Like the link isn't pinned. Genius. Of course, I demand the link be personally sent to me every day too, or I won't bother. So I totally get it. Super chat.
Super chat. Black Cat 997, $2 for Bateman's appearance.
Celebrating the appearance, that is a Bateman or Batman.
Bateman is cool, isn't he?
Little Dave wants to know if any of my housekeepers have gone missing due to the ice raids, and the answer is no. Satan's Kitten has taken over. We were unhappy with our housekeeper, and so Satan's Kitten said, "Fire her. I'll just do it myself." And so he does.
You pay him back?
Oh yes, yes I do. He's paid in trade.
Guess who we've got here, Marky?
Have we got the rancher? Could it be?
Yeah, someone has to send the link in order to click the link.
Oh, for God's sakes, it's probably pinned somewhere.
No, it's not. I looked.
Wah. Super chat.
Rancher is right, like usually.
Your rubbing is ineffectual.
Super chat. Read it, then we'll let Terry in.
Oh, God, no. Fuck no. Fuck that. Fuck
Well,
that.
Clyde,
No.
you know, that's the way it works. Archie, read the super chat. This is
Yes,
how we
sir.
get more of them.
One Up Trading, $2. Arch, how's your hotel room? Is it comfortable? So-so. It's so-so.
Very white. Terry.
Hi, Archie.
Hey, how are you, Terry? I make the bed every day. See that?
I've got a bit of news.
Ooh, here we go.
So we
Yes.
had to flee West Virginia and head to Arkansas. So what are you doing?
You went from one shithole to, I mean, you went from one ding state to why? What do you mean you had to flee? You get somebody pregnant? Did you get some boy pregnant?
It's a long story.
Well, we've got nothing, but we got 2 hours to kill.
Does it have anything to do with Michael Brady? Please tell me.
We sort of moved in on family. They didn't like it. So there was a bunch of arguments, and
you horned your way in. Get it? You horned your way
yeah.
in.
So there was accusations. There was wrongful accusations of taking money and jewelry and shit, even though I didn't, and neither did my mother.
There's accusations of impropriety.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm wearing a fucking retail $6,000 Edox chronograph, and here it is. I get accused of taking jewelry and shit, and I didn't even take money.
Well, I believe that anybody who buys an Edox, you probably have to keep a close eye on. Super chat.
Well, anyways, so yeah, so we're in Arkansas.
Someone getting a $6,000 Edox, Mark? That's the question.
Yeah, what kind of person buys a $6,000 Edox?
I didn't pay retail for it, but it's got a good movement in it. It really does.
No, Mark is
I have a good movement in me too, but I'm not going to deal with it till after the show.
Well, at least it tells the time, though.
So does my iPhone. Super chat.
Super chat. Hurricane, $2. Are you ever going to record a vid of your trip for late? Yes, I am. I don't believe. Am.
Who believes that?
Let me say that to you. Definite. Yes, I am.
So we fled in the Camry doing 90 up the highway, and I drove half the way. Mother drove the other way. So we drove all night to get to Arkansas.
Camry?
Now, wait a minute, Terry. Were you in a truck with like all your possessions on the back and
no? We got to go back
up
and
top.
I wish, but no. I was half drunk that night doing brandy. How'd you know?
How'd you know? How'd
you know I was drinking?
Real quick, right now. Are you in?
How'd you know I was drinking brandy? Yeah, I'm employed. I got a job here. I start next week. So.
No, are you in Fort Smith or Little Rock?
I'm about 2.5 hours away from Little Rock. I'm in Fayetteville.
West.
Speaking of ice raids, Clyde, do you think there's any chance that Terry gets swept up? Oops, he's gone. Any chance that Terry gets swept up in an ice raid and, violating his tourist visa by working?
No, he's white. He's fine.
Yeah, good point. Terry, come back. We lost you. We don't know what happened there. Let me just make sure that I know which is the exact next.
So if he's 2.5 hours east of...
Sorry. My nose hit the thing. So anyways, I got to tell you something.
Well,
Since
hold
I've been
on.
here...
Whoa. Save the story. We want to hear it. We've got hours to kill. But first, real quick, let's super chats. Arch, are you going to record a vid of your trip for later?
Yes. We'll definitely be doing that. No.
Yes.
We're not. We got Hurricane, $2. Terry, did you even pinch a few tea bags from your host?
No, but I fell in love.
Oh,
here's the thing. So I had to cash my plane tickets, and so basically, since I've been here for almost 2 weeks, I've gone through 8 1.5 liter bottles of Yellowtail.
That's wine. It's cheap wine for those of you.
It is, but it's from Australia. It's good wine, though. Actually.
Okay, but Terry,
it's okay wine.
It's either that or
that's a Chardonnay.
Well, no, I didn't buy the Chardonnay. I bought the Shiraz because it tasted better. Because I can't drink Chardonnay; it's too dry. Shiraz. So, but anyways, no. So no, I don't know what to do. I mean, I've been worrying to death and everything, but I have been drinking a lot of that red wine and stuff. And so, but it sort of calms me down because the weed just don't do it anymore. And so so anyways, so I got a job here. It's at a retailer. It's not selling jewelry or anything. And I thought I'd associate with the rest of the Americans here and work at Walmart.
Now, wait a minute. Terry, are you worried that you might be violating your tourist visa by working?
No, not at all. They said it was acceptable because as long as I had my passport and everything, they said that I could work. So I don't know if I'll get back to the UK.
I believe you're going to get swept up in an ice raid.
What sort of passport have you got?
I got a British passport. It was the only one that was acceptable.
There's a problem, Terry. There is a problem. Clyde, did you have something you wanted to say to Terry?
So... I mean, how does I got a question for you, ones in America.
No, I just asked AI No, British passport holders cannot work in the US without the
course not.
proper authorization.
Of course
I have
not.
Legally,
papers.
British
Mm.
citizen
Well,
must obtain either a temporary employment visa.
Yeah, well, I had to bring the papers. I already had one of those. So I got a question though. How is it that Americans can drive 20 hours in one night to get one destination to the other, especially if it's 1,000 miles away? How the hell do you do that?
It's called speed.
Well, I know that because we was doing 90, but I mean, how do you do that?
Oh no, not that kind of speed.
No. Well, it wasn't a cop on the road.
MP85, $5. Jesus, Terry, start paying taxes. You're here long enough.
No, wait. This is how far east are you from Fort Smith?
I think it said 2 hours and 48 minutes. I don't know. It's what the GPS said, but
So you're,
so,
you're like right in the middle.
but you know what's screwed up about this day is the Central Standard Time. It's sort of like LA or some shit where you're an hour behind or whatever. But of course, it's convenient for like England time. This is why I need a GMT watch because
So
without
wait,
a GMT watch, I
free
can't
rent?
move.
You had
Super
free
flex.
rent in West Virginia?
There's a super flex.
Well, basically, yes and no. But see, all the accusations came to be and all that. So we had to split. We had to leave at short notice, and we
Why
got to go back.
Arkansas? Why Arkansas specifically?
My brother lives here.
Ah, I see, and I
He's
understand.
letting us. Yeah, he's
So
letting us
now-
stay with him.
So now you've gone from
Chat,
couch surfing
Black
at your
Cat
cousin.
99.
Yeah.
Black Cat 997. Just let me get this. Black Cat 997, $5. Terry should be a proud gay American. He needs Mark mentorship.
No, I think he's doing fine. He broke a 5-year drought in West Virginia, didn't you, Terry?
Yeah, I did. But can I tell you something exciting now? I've got 3 men back there that are in love with me.
Really?
And here's the thing: the grinder scene here in the total ho gay scenario in Arkansas is off the top.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Bunch of-
it's
Bunch
even
of
hot.
repressed farm. Mm-hmm.
I was because like all the Latinos here and stuff, it's even more impressive than London, like was back in the 80s. I know. It's like you climb more than like 3,000 feet of you.
Well, you know what? The farm boys like to spread their seed.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
But no, I just wanted to see. This is why I need a GMT watch because, like, you go from one part of the country to the other. Like when you fly home and all that, you know, on Central Standard Time, you're an hour to 2 hours behind, or when you're 5 hours ahead. This is what a GMT watch is needed for, because you know it's essential. It's essential.
Mhm. I see. Okay, Archie. Now back to your story about your having your preschool buddy and you and a third friend met at a rooftop bar where you deduced that your buddy was wearing a fake gold day date.
No, actually, another guy was wearing a Spanish guy sitting next to us. And I got to tell you something. The thing about it is, he actually took it off and said, "You want to have a look?" And it actually felt.
Okay, but you and someone that you grew up with met a Spanish guy. Was he a vaquero?
No.
Okay.
Super chat.
Here we go. Super chat. Hurricane, $2. Terry, say it loud for us. Yeah.
No.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Okay.
But you know something?
Wow.
But
Last night, I went into the petrol station to get a cup of coffee, and I kind of looked strange with a bowler on and a black pea coat, my Scottish scarf. Everyone looked at me. Well, it got down to like 30 degrees here yesterday, so it was almost like chilly. So it was almost like home where you got to wear dress warm. So, yeah, and I had a scarf on, I put a bowler on, brought my bowler, put my pea coat
One
on.
moment.
Everyone looked at me weird.
And he's gone. See, here's what I want to ask Archie about when he gets back. He was at a rooftop bar. Now, first of all, there are only certain places that have rooftop bars. Secondly, he was eyeballing a fake day date. There's only certain places that are really well known for fake Rolexes. So I feel like we could be narrowing this down a little bit. Plus, he was at the mall. So I really want to know what mall he was at, but he refuses to say.
Of course, if someone super chats him $50, in demand, so he doesn't answer, we'll march off and protest.
I think they'd have to, super chat like $2 Canadian, and then promise another $98. If.
Oh yeah, because that's right, because he's a man of his word.
Because I'm not sure I trust them.
That was called sarcasm. You got to look into it.
Yes, I understand that, but I was explaining the reason for my strategy here.
The president is Warren Buffett's only watch that he ever wears and owns. He's had it for like 35 years, and it's in solid 18-karat gold.
Mike, what are you wearing, Mike? I'm wearing a shitter. How about you?
I'm wearing my orange monster today.
Oh, I hesitate to call that Seiko a shitter. It's one of my favorite Seikos.
Right.
Now, really, I would much rather have that than an Edox. Don't you agree, Terry?
Well, Mark, you're more into eat dicks these days, aren't you?
Edox makes sense. At least it's a brand. At least it's not made up. At least Edox is a brand.
Well, Seiko's not a made-up brand. It is a brand.
Oh, I know that because Seiko has credit for like a lot of their own creations, like what they do. So
that E stands for eating, not electronic. I just want to point that out.
Well, Seiko, but see though too, Seiko, they're actually making a lot of changes over the last 10 years or so, horology-wise, and they're doing a lot of differences and changes. I would actually consider a Seiko if it was the right one. It's just
Terry, are you sound a little drunk or a little tired or a little both?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I think I'm trying to recover.
I think we've uncovered.
You wouldn't believe how many pubs there is in this town. There's like way more than London.
I think it's the Yellowtail, Terry. I believe it's the Yellowtail.
Okay, Terry, you're in Arkansas. When in Rome, do as well. Actually, you kind of are already doing what the Romans do, but we'll ignore that part. Okay, in Arkansas, they've got this stuff called moonshine. Look into it.
I know that. That's from West Virginia mountains too. And they sell it for like $60 a thing there. So.
You know what? The funny thing is that aside from the mountains, I feel like those two states are very closely related in ethos, even though they're like 1,000 miles apart. But I feel like,
hillbillies,
very similar.
Basically, hillbillies is what you're saying.
Well, I hesitate to. Ning, 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 ning.
Hey, isn't that though what Paul Hogan was Crocodile Dundee? Wasn't he a hillbilly? Sort of?
I believe it was a bogan.
Yeah,
bogan. Yeah, because he was an alligator.
I believe he was a crocodile hunter. That's a bit different there. That's a highly respected. That's a PhD of bogans there, Marky.
Is that right?
Here's also the funny thing. It's like he's out in the middle of nowhere. Terry's one of the few people that would be running towards the sound of banjos rather than away from the sound of banjos.
Exactly.
How did you know my wallet was made from crocodile skin?
Okay, Archie. Well, we've deduced you. What was the name of that mall you were at again? Where you saw watches today?
The name of it.
Yeah.
Better give it away, Marky.
Well, no. I mean, everyone's got an Ayala Mall or a Central World.
Marky.
All right.
It's going to get me in trouble. The people who hate us hate me. They're not friendly.
Well, what are they going to do? Invade, whatever country you're in? They're going to
invade this live stream. One of them already has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell me this. I got to tell you guys, seriously, it's a lot of fun. I had a look around. I had some delicious food yesterday. Do you like food?
What'd you have?
Which restaurant did you get the delicious food at? Tell us.
Probably just some little no-name restaurant, but what was the meal consisting of?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're going to take a look. I see a whole bunch of scrambled rice.
Butter curry with naans.
You were
naans fresh.
I see. You were at an Indian restaurant.
Is that a cucumber sauce?
That's naans. They make the naans fresh.
I see.
And making the naans for me.
So you're in India.
They got a big kiln.
For the tandoori.
No, for the papadums.
Oh, wait. Okay. Archie,
puppet
right now.
house.
Okay, Archie, right now.
Made it French.
Archie, let me ask you a quick question. Right now, are you currently being worshipped as a god?
Yeah, he's in India, Clyde. Of course he
Okay,
is.
yeah. All right, fine. He's an idiot.
So you're in Goa, India.
I wouldn't mind going to India.
In Goa.
I wouldn't mind it.
I love
Yeah.
Indian food, but I'm a
It'd
little
be
afraid
so
of Delhi belly. Everyone gets sick.
It'd be so cheap though to go there because you could literally just sleep in whatever temple you picked.
I really feel that I would get ill there. That's the thing. Although, I believe we could show up at, Hisham's house and just sleep in like the gardener's shack.
Right, and then we could talk Hisham into having a, I don't know,
You don't know?
maybe a roast or something. Maybe where you cook meat.
Well,
out.
definitely not having a pig roast at Hisham's house.
Well, no, but there are other things that can be roasted.
Well, they got to be very careful. The Muslim population there tends to eat a lot like lamb and halal lamb and chicken. They tend to leave the beef cows alone because of the cultural tensions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Archie could travel with him again.
Well, I do know a place that has an awful lot of Indian food. And Indian tailors. Did you have a suit made? You could get a suit made because the Indians are famous there for tailoring, made to order, bespoke little suits.
Yes, I went to Tattersall.
Did you? You went to Omar the tent maker?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Excellent.
Double stitching.
You can get shirts there and everything. You got to pay extra if you want it lined. They are funny about that.
Yeah.
All right, Arch. Well, what have you got planned for this evening? Tell us. Let's. I think we've already done the room tour, so that's been done.
Yeah, I'm actually moving hotels.
Why?
Well, this one's okay, but it's a little bit noisy. I'm moving into a much quieter section.
Same hotel or different hotel?
Different hotel.
Rancher, you're missing your opportunity to ask them what's the name of the stables.
Nah.
Can't bother.
I know I'm not going to get a stable answer out of
them. Well, aren't you going to ask him why he doesn't go to Spain?
What's wrong with Spain?
Well, they have bullfights.
No, because I know he's not going to be running anywhere.
Yeah, I've done that. I did that, not in Pamplona, but in Valencia. And when I was a kid, because I've been to Spain a lot of times, lived there off and on a bunch of different times, and
I don't particularly like that bullfighting. Do you like it, or what do you think of it?
Well, of course, you're not going to particularly like it, for fuck's sake. Spanish guys.
He lofts it up, and the rancher slams it down. I mean, really.
Spanish guys in tight pants chasing. Well, actually, Mark would probably like that part. All right.
And let me tell you what, those tight pants leave nothing to the imagination. I'm pretty sure they all stuff socks or, softballs in there. Softballs. I'm pretty sure they do because it leaves nothing to the imagination. Actually, I quite like the bullfights. It's unfortunate in its way what happens, but let's just say it's a 1,000-year tradition there on the Iberian Peninsula, and it's. Yeah, I do. I got to admit, I do like it. But anyway, so you're not in Spain. Now, you're moving hotels.
Super chat.
Will you be in walking distance to transportation? Like a train? Super chat.
Yes. Phoenician seat at $2. Have you caught up with Erwin since you got there? Not yet.
Oh, you're in KL. No, I don't think he's in KL, guys, or he'd be in an apartment.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to admit, I do like the bullfights. I have never been to a cockfight. So
really?
Per se. No, that is true.
Yeah, that's very nasty how they hurt the animals, don't you think, or not?
Well, let me just say, it's unfortunate what happens to the bull, but they use it. I mean, the meat all goes to the poor, so they don't throw it out or anything like that. Those bulls are raised specifically for that, and they live the finest life. Compared to like meat cows in our two countries, where they're confined and fattened up and killed quite young. Those bulls are all free range, so they have absolutely the best life possible. They're coddled and they have a very, very good life until the last moment, at which point bad things happen to them. But they have a longer and much happier free range life than do meat cows in our country.
Right, because as we know, beef cows are free range and minotaurs are free loading.
Yeah. Do I like dog fights? No, there's no long cultural tradition of that in this country. It's nasty. And I'll confess that, bullfights, even in Spain, there are very few places where they're not banned, but that is one of the very few countries where they don't do it in Mexico anymore.
We have cockfighting down here, unfortunately. We're not proud.
That's all over. Anywhere, it's very, very big among Asian and Hispanic cultures.
No, it's white trash as well.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, let's go there.
In general, I'm not in favor of animal cruelty, but that's a
Terry Boston. Did you see many Rolex?
But you are into large angry cocks.
Nope.
Rolex. How many Rolexes have you seen
in Arkansas? There's not going to be any.
Well, hang on. I seen one yesterday. I was in Walmart. I believe Rolex, where the shops at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
I seen the same exact one Archie has, the Explorer 2, the everyday watch he always wears that he never takes off. Same dialed everything. And it's one of the most iconic models known, other than the Explorer 1, of course.
In Walmart, of all places.
Well,
in Walmart, yes. Walmart.
I'm not going to say I never wore a Rolex in Walmart. I'm just going to say in Arkansas.
Well,
imagine this: if you had to dive to water immediately, then you would have to have a savanna, because moment of action, spurt. You're on a boat or something. You got to jump off the ocean liner. You got to have savanna.
Did you wear your bowler hat and your pea coat in Walmart?
No, I didn't actually.
Because the next time that you do, you will be officially classified as people of Walmart.
Well, I think personally.
So hold on. So you were living with relatives, basically you were freeloading, and then they accused you of stealing.
No, that's not entirely true. We were giving them $750 a month, American, and they accused us of stealing and everything. So we left.
And why would they make such an accusation? Isn't that weird?
Because they're stupid. They're on drugs and shit, and they don't really know what they're saying. So
you were living in a drug den for the
no, not that kind of thing. No, they're addicted to painkillers and all that. So you get what I'm saying. An 80-year-old woman and a 40-something-ish daughter. So she, they never hasn't worked in the last 12 years because she says she has problems and health problems,
and
mental problems.
This is your relative.
These are painkillers. What painkillers are they on?
The oxycodone and the strong ones like the Oxycontin, oxycodone. They banned this stuff in England like 6 years ago because you couldn't get it in London no more because they said it was dangerous. Just like they banned the Z-Pack over there because they said they gave it to people who's got sinus infection stuff. Come to find out, it was causing cancer and turning people jaundice. But in parts of the United States, though, they still prescribe it. So
well, we like our jaundice here in this country. So,
I know that.
So now, where in Arkansas? What sort of, are you in a hotel? Did you rent an apartment?
No, staying with my brother.
Ah, you're staying with your brother.
Yeah.
Well, you and your mother are staying with.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Does he have an apartment, a house? What's the deal there?
No, he has a house.
He has a house, and who does he live with in that house besides his freeloading brother and mother?
And what is the address?
His partner.
I see. So he lives there with his. Now, when you say his partner, are you and your brother both gay, or are you just using?
Yes, you hit it right on the button. Yes.
Oh, you're
so this would be his number 4 life partner, and
killing them, or what happens?
No, they just have bad breakups and all that. So the
Yeah,
first guy
I
he
gotta tell you, I know
the
all
first
about
guy the first guy he was with for over 18 years because that was his first love. So
that.
but they got married and everything and then they broke up. So,
Your
but,
poor mother.
yes.
So
Well, it was her mother that threw these accusations at us and all that, and but she's not in the
Well,
right mind anyways. Eventually they're going to have to put her in a home because she's not in the right mind,
I
Mark.
see. So it was your grandmother.
Yes.
Your
So, yes.
your grandmother accused you of stealing. And
Correct.
her own daughter.
$200, and even though I never took it because listen, I had $850 in my checking account, and she said I took $200 out of her purse, even though I didn't. So, respectively, to clear my name and my mother's, I put 240 American dollars in a small envelope in 20s, and I placed it with a note explaining our innocence that we did not take it because I've never stolen anything from her ever, and now there's my mother. And I put the note beside the envelope, and I just put the number on the envelope, no money sign or anything like that, explaining that to prove our innocence, so that way she would shut her pie hole, that here is the money and we did not take it.
Okay,
Grant.
just hang on there. We've got Hurritan, $2. Less Grinder talk, more Gronefeld talk. And we've got CB, $2. Archie, run the show. This is boring. Okay, let's get back into watches.
Oh, hey, by the way, before we do,
somebody who said to me, "Nice tag, Hoya." That's when they saw my Rolex. Okay. Should I have been upset, offended, or how would you have taken that?
MT85. Yes, I would have been offended. No Tag Heuer there.
no, they read Archie rather than the watch.
Hey, MT85, how you going?
Good. Figure I'd
What's
jump
going
on and try to break up this love affair, stealing of the taxes, and crossing state lines.
He didn't know that I did not take those cufflinks. It was the delivery person.
Did they offer you an apology?
I didn't take the cufflinks.
God
You
save
want-
the queen.
You want to see the latest pickup that I got the other day?
Yes, we definitely do.
And get off this fucking subject?
Yes, thank you. Why is there a cow as your avatar? All we see is your chubby wrist.
He's showing devotion to Archie Luxury. Duh.
Why don't you show us the watch instead of just your naked wrist?
Yeah. I think I'd probably just dox myself for 2 seconds.
That's okay.
Ooh.
Wow. That is
Right.
nice.
Ooh, is that a Sprite? That's a Sprite, right?
No, it's not a Sprite. It's a fucking gold watch, Michael.
Oh,
But
lovely.
it's left-handed though.
Oh, that's the
It's
new
the-
GMT Master.
That's the new one. Wait,
Right.
is that a
okay.
Sprite or is that the one with the? No, it's not because the Sprite does not have the gold. Does not have the green dial, Mikey.
Okay.
Solid gold.
I just saw the left-hand drive.
It's yes, but it's the gold one.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Well, just
You're very lucky.
another one of my incorrect guesses.
Talk about doxing yourself.
Beautiful watch though. My goodness.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm not.
It doesn't matter. Even the lefties don't like to wear their watch on the right hand. Because they find
I
it weird.
figured it was a good pickup.
I can't
A
wait
lot
till
of money. That's solid gold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's solid gold.
Noise.
How much does that set you back?
It was like
40,000.
51,000.
Yeah,
Nice.
Holy
Crazy.
shit.
I like my.
Could
I
have
like
bought
my steel
Marky
one.
Genesis. You could have bought your Genesis, Marky.
No, you would have needed 2 of those. Well, 1 3/4.
Jesus Christ, did Phil Collins actually come with your Genesis?
Yes.
Okay, then it'd be worth it.
Yes, in fact, he did. He's with the spare tire
Yeah, like the trunk monkey? Okay.
in a small urn.
What, is he dead?
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, is Phil Collins dead?
She doesn't know. We haven't announced it yet.
He's not well, I can say that much. Phil Collins is not well.
See?
You know, I love his music, especially when like Johnny Johnson and Miami Vice, he was driving the Testarossa and you listen to that music. You know, it was so cool. I saw a Ferrari 488 Pista yesterday. It was pulling out in traffic. It was so beautiful. It was jet black with the red stripe down the middle. Oh, it made me so excited to see it. It must have been a billionaire.
Jesus. In Arkansas.
Yeah, there's a lot of rich people live out
Hey,
here.
you know, hold on one second. I just would like to defend MT85 right here. Leave him alone. Thank you.
What are they saying about him?
Well, you didn't read.
No.
This panel has too many sexual deviants. And I'm saying, like, listen, I feel like you guys ought to leave Mike and MT85 alone. We're glad they're here. If you know, if we criticize the panel, they won't come back.
People say they've taken things I've said and that other streams have taken out of context.
That's right.
Making me, painting me in a bad light. And they don't have the whole story. They don't know exactly what I've said. They may have heard clips of what I've said, but they don't know the whole story and they don't have it all. And I know for a fact that I have never said anything that crossed the line. And so, you know,
you're welcome. By the way, do you have a mouthful of chew right now? Because you sound a little juicy.
No, just my little bit of medicine under my tongue.
I got you.
Gone now. Ha. Blah, 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 blah.
Swallow. Mike swallows. Back to you, Archie.
Back to Archie on Archie live stream.
You look a little windblown. Have you been out on the balcony?
No one's thanked any veterans yet.
Thank you, Clyde. Thank you for dropping the howitzer shell and not blowing up your entire platoon.
No. I was a reservist, so.
And thank you for your service.
You can thank me on the first weekend of the month or during random 2 weeks during the summer.
Okay.
On the freeway today, on the overpasses, there were people with signs saying, you know, "Yay vets," and you know, "Happy Veterans Day," and everybody. I honked as well, but people were waving and honking and.
Honk if you've ever dropped a howitzer shell.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, for those who have given their lives for.
Well, actually, Mark, you think about it. I actually kind of flung one.
That's Memorial Day, not Veterans Day.
Which was the chap that was on here a couple of months ago? It was talking about the moon landing, how it was fake.
Right.
The what?
The moon landing, it was fake. The doctor who said you got
to bring him out.
it was actually true because actually it was fake because they actually showed a segment on it like a month ago how they actually faked the whole thing and they're making the world believe it.
Who showed a segment?
Find the video on the internet?
Yeah,
who showed a segment?
They showed. They said it wasn't real. Because how the government lied even back then.
Terry, cite your sources. You said they showed a segment. Well, who are they? Just so you
know. National Geographic, and there was another one that showed some other outside source from. It was a holistic YouTuber from like 15 years ago or something. That he found proof.
Yes,
he found proof that they faked it. YouTuber. And they said that he said he was an expert on this and UFOs and all that.
Terry, what's a holistic YouTuber? What does that mean, a holistic YouTuber?
I'm assuming he like made his life's work like a career thing or something, because apparently he's a millionaire.
Made his life's work a career thing or something.
Yeah. Okay. So he's Scottish. I forget his name.
Perfect sense.
Jim Salisbury. I forget his name. Anyways, he said
he invented Salisbury steak.
Terry, how is that different from being a hornistic YouTuber?
Well, that's a good question. But he said, though, that basically he said, and he concurred with the theory, he was right. The United States government lied about it because they never did land on the moon.
Well, BBW is in firm agreement with you and your holistic YouTuber.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he knew about it way before the rest of us. He figured it out.
Yeah.
Now, Archie, have you ever thought about releasing a new Archie luxury movie?
It was a good movie, but I believe Suckerhorn produced that, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Was that a John Suckerhorn production?
Yeah, it was an interesting. We put it together. It was okay.
You want to maybe show like 15 or 20 minutes right now?
So,
Yeah.
Marky, let's talk watches. I want to talk watches with you. I'm actually thinking of buying some things. Okay.
Well, I sent you a WhatsApp article the other
I'll be
day
right back.
about the new Breguet.
The funny thing is, it is such a beautiful thing. They've released so much stuff. It's so expensive. Expensive is the understatement. It's so expensive. And Marky,
Yes.
would you ever switch to the Breguet side? What could I do to get you into Breguets?
You could give me one.
Yeah, buy him one.
And then Mark would sell it.
Well, no, I don't know. If I had a Breguet impregnated with the Archie luxury DNA, I'd be inclined to keep it.
Especially, yeah.
Bring it up. This is the article.
Wait, how would you know I've had Archie? Oh wait, horned lugs. Never
Well,
mind.
because he smells them, he licks them, he kisses them.
No,
God
if it
knows
had
what else.
If it had horned lugs, you'd realize.
You know.
Yeah.
God knows what else he does. And then I would use it to I would take it to the place that lets you clone your dog, which you can pretty much do these days. And I would clone them, and but I wouldn't go back to pick him up like dry cleaning. I want him when he's like 20 years old.
Can they do simpler animals like minotaurs?
Good question. I mean, they did Dolly the sheep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the watch. Archie, tell us all about this. What are we looking at?
This is the new Breguet.
This here is a Breguet. Have a look at this Breguet. It's amazing, the attention to detail.
Super jet.
Is this the new one? Is this the new one that just came
$2.
out?
How many gays in the panel tonight?
Well, right now, just the one that I know of. Sorry, Mike.
So this here, this is the Breguet. They've released a few of them.
Pre-game.
Return of Breguet's ground mat breaking 10 hertz movement featuring more historically minded design.
4 hertz? Doesn't that mean that thing
10
should have like a
hertz.
smooth
10
sweep?
hertz.
Wow.
Yeah, 10. So
Wow.
that's a very fast sweep. What was that, like 100,000 beats per minute? What's the beat rate?
60,000.
I doubt it, because 4 megahertz is 28.8. And that's more than 3 times faster than.
More beats an hour than you in high school.
Well, maybe you're right, Mikey. Maybe you're right.
Well, 60, I don't know.
That's Cliver's joke. Cliver's joke.
I'm just bad at math.
High beat's like 28,000, right? 28,000.
No, high beats in the 30s. 28.8 is like the normal 4 hertz.
Oh, really?
rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
What's a 36.6? High beat? That's what's that? That's how many hertz?
I'm not sure.
Not 10 though. It probably more like 6. Anyway, who knows?
72,000 beats per hour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll
So
have a
that's
heart attack, won't it, or what? What does that
Could
mean?
be a lot of wear and tear, don't you think? Like,
I bet you it literally depends on how well the movement is designed, and if one really thought it out, they could make it easy on those parts that maybe were spinning or faster, but there was less stress on them. So
Liberty Spot, I think, has an interesting comment. Service that thing every 6 months, because the service intervals you would think would have to be fairly close together, because that is a lot of movement in that movement. Wow, but look at that! Look at the decor.
Look at the engraving there.
Wow,
Because that shit's got to be done by hand.
I love it. It's got kind of a wood bark grain finish on the flat portions.
How much, Arch? How much is this stupid thing?
Yeah, that's where it gets a bit problem. The price is 99,000.
So it's $100,000. Plus, which you got to wind the goddamn thing every day. It's not even an automatic. You got to wind it.
People are saying to me, "Does this look like a recent Parmigiani?"
I think
That's
it
a
looks
good
like a
point.
long A. Except for all the guilloche on the front dial there. But I don't know. It is.
You love that?
No, I don't love it, but I have to recognize that the workmanship is incredible. Not my style, but And what's that? Listen, on the left-hand side, that pusher, does it got to have an alarm function, or what's that for?
I'm not sure what the fuck that. I thought it was a minute repeater, but it's not, is it?
I'm wondering if it doesn't have an alarm. Do some reading there. Figure it out for us.
See the complications.
Super.
That's a 7225. It says. It's got a magnetic pivot balance and 10 hertz escapement.
Ah, okay. Magnetic pivot balance means possibly that there will be nowhere, because the pivot is actually held magnetically in suspension and isn't touching anything.
I wonder what happens when you knock it around a little bit, when you
Well,
go golfing or shooting in the fucker.
True that. But like under normal circumstances, it's suspended kind of in magnetically.
It's certified
air.
plus or minus 1 second per day precision.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing, Mark. What do you think?
Well, Metas is 0 to +2, so it's good, but it's pretty close to Omegas.
Well, it's owned by Swatch Group.
There you go. Super chat.
This is their top of the line, Mark. You know that? Super chat. Hurritan, $2. Mark, you have 10 plus watches. You got to wind all of them?
No, I have more than 10 watches, but I just shake them. I rarely ever wind a watch. Do you know it's bad for your watch? It's bad for your average watch. Your average automatic is not intended to be wound very much.
No, actually, Marky, I totally agree with you. It's not. A watchmaker friend of mine he said to me, when you wind an automatic watch, you're running the gears at full speed. It's like
they're not made for that.
It's like having your car in drive and you are towing it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not made to.
You're better off shaking it.
Or maybe just putting a couple winds to get it rolling and then
that's
run.
Yeah, actually he said do 10 good winds and then
shake it. Yeah. What's funny is on the Rolex, what is it, the 31-35 movement, you got to wind it like 50 times to get it to start. So I don't do that. I just shake the fucker.
A lot of Seikos you cannot wind, like my Orange Monster.
Well, true, but now with the NH35 movement, they are hand windable and hackable. But the funny thing is, a Rolex you have to shake for like 10 minutes to get it to start going, and Seiko starts running on the second shake.
Yep.
I don't know why that is, but it is true.
Yeah. All three of my Seikos are like that.
It's that's exactly it, Marky.
Now it's evening, nighttime where you are, right?
Daytime.
That's right. Yep. Sorry, it would be. So, what's for lunch? What are you gonna do after the stream?
I had some beautiful food last night.
The Indian food.
Exactly. Actually, no, that was before. That was sort of lunch.
What'd you have for dinner?
Chicken and rice and vegetable.
Chicken and rice. Did you sit on a small plastic chair? With toilet paper instead of napkins? Just digging around a little, guys.
Digging around there.
Yeah, don't answer. It would tend to incriminate you, possibly.
Yes. I want to pick up one of those bum guns if I can find them somewhere.
Well, you have a bum gun. You just refuse to install it because some plumber told you it violated, Brisbane
code. It's against code.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that's That's
Listen, Archie, I put my own in, and I am the least handy fucker you ever met. Mike, you are a handyman genius compared to me. You know how to like replace a washer, a faucet. You know how to change out the cartridge in the bathtub.
Put a water heater. Put a water heater in.
Yeah,
No problem.
See, I can't do any of that shit.
Bum gun you can put in blindfolded.
All you need is a pliers.
If that, some of them even have like
that's
plastic with little tabs.
Just, like do it by hand.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Super chat. Crown Gold, $5. Whatever place is known for pork chop is where Archie is. He clearly brushed his hair this morning with a greasy pork chop. Thank you so much. You know what? As I said to my friend from preschool, I'm just thankful I've got some hair left.
Right? Isn't that incredible to have a friendship that goes back to like when you were like little? I've got one friend.
I must confess, we were never that friendly in school. Like I kind of never really. We were never that close, but you know, it's kind of strange. I never minded him. He was always a nice enough guy. I knew his dad a little bit. I knew his dad later on in life. Unfortunately, his dad passed away a couple years ago, and I kind of feel for him because he's always been a nice guy.
My oldest friend and I go back to 5th grade together. We were like, I don't know, what was that? 11, 10. And we still see each other. We still text. We still visit. Very nice.
Amazing stuff.
Because you can never.
Like in high school, you had all these friends. Have you gone to many reunions, Mark?
No. Oh Christ, I would no. I have not.
I was
if I went to a reunion, it would be like Carrie.
Burn the place down.
Well, first I dropped pig's blood all over them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, I've not been to. High school was not a very fun experience, although college was good. But and oh my God, I can't believe I graduated college an awful long time ago. So these reunion numbers are huge now.
I had to unfriend my oldest friend in the world. Because you've heard the term or the saying, drunken words are sober thoughts. And I was the best man at his wedding. He had 2. And he called me blottoed to tell me that the other best man had passed away. And then went on to tell me how he really felt about me. And after knowing that, what was like how he really felt in his heart about me, I told him, dude, take my number out of your phone, lose my number. Don't call me again. I don't need to know you anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I have a friend like that who also goes back to when I'm like 12 years old, and I like loved this guy, and he was never mean to me or anything, but he just started. We reconnected, some years ago, and he just started drunk dialing me constantly. He was an angry drunk, so I had to do the same thing. I had to block a 50-year friend just because the drunk dialing.
He became a drunk?
Well, he kind of always was, to be honest. It just got worse and worse as he got older, I guess.
And what happened?
He would just drunk dial me in the middle of the night, just like ranting and raving about stupid shit that I wasn't interested in. And then, and then he would get angry if I wouldn't engage him. The guy.
Where do you pick these weirdos up from, Mark? Where do you pick these weirdos? This sounds
we were raised
crappy. This is a bit of a crappy friend, Mark.
We were raised like 20 houses apart when we were children. So, and you cannot make more childhood friends. You can't. So, if you're able to hold on to the few that survive life. And you're still in touch with friends who from, when you were, 10, 12 years old, you want to keep those because you're not going to make any more.
Yeah.
I can't make any more 25, 30-year friendships because at my age, I'm not going to last. Friendship is a weird thing, and so is childhood. Childhood is super intense, but it lasts, what, 10, 15 years? You know, and then the rest of your life, you're an adult. So, and your childhood memories, though, they are stronger than any memory you will ever form at any other point in life.
Why is that, Marky? Why are childhood memories?
Because we only get one childhood, and it is the most intense. It is the most intense part of life.
I think your brain is still growing, and you're learning at an accelerated rate, and
Everything is new.
yeah, everything's new to you, and you're experiencing things anew. So,
And how many days of adulthood do you have? Thousands of days. Of childhood is very, very fucking limited. Guys, let's listen into the rancher. What's he doing?
No. No. But
He thinks he's muted, guys. I hear a woman complaining on the other line.
you pay now? You pay rent now?
I've boosted his mic as high as I can get it.
What do you mean? Just drop them off on your front door and just run away and shame? No, I didn't say that. I mean, I don't have an exact date. I don't have an exact moment. I know you're always like, what time? So you would be 10, 15 minutes earlier.
Here, Mark.
Yes.
I took your advice and I got a dog collar, flea collar.
Yeah, oh yeah. Did you get rid of your fleas?
It's working wonderfully. Thank you so much.
So you're no longer scratching?
I never was scratching, but the poor little dog was just scratching like incessantly. And
you know what? I'm gonna listen, Mike. I think you're right to interrupt the rancher. That could be like a client, in which case we could be fucking up, lawyer-client privilege. I don't know what's going on there, but I muted him till he comes back and complains.
Well, I wanted to thank you for that, because I honestly hadn't dawned on me to simply just get a flea.
Well, because what happens is you got to interrupt the life cycle of the flea. You get fleas on the dog, then.
I know all about killing insects.
But then what happens to guys is you get fleas in the fucking carpet, the dog bed, and even if you wash that stuff, you can't get rid of all of them, especially in the carpet. And so you dip your dog or bathe your dog, and then what happens is the new crop hatches, and you're starting all over again.
And the new crop is resistant to whatever you used the first time around, so you got to use something different the next time.
What the flea bath is just intended, to like an immediate kill. It doesn't linger long. Anyway, the flea collar I recommend, it interrupts the life cycle.
It does, yeah. You got to break the life cycle.
There we go.
Why did I start wearing a flea collar, Marky? What does that do?
Well, don't laugh. I was in Bangkok one time in a hotel lobby near Central World, coming downstairs. The Grand.
That's an expensive
Central
hotel, Marky.
Yes, it was. It was right near the Erewhon.
Grand Tuba.
Yeah, lovely hotel. Anyway, I was coming down, and I had a dog trainer T-shirt, and I was coming down with another Farang, another white guy. And he looks at me and he goes, I used to be a dog trainer too. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me everything. And he goes, well, it was in Vietnam. And I said, come with me. If you have time, I want to buy you as many drinks as you care to drink as I hear about your life in Vietnam with dogs. Fascinating guy. And what it was, they put dogs on sentry duty, and they also sent them out on those deep probing, catch and kill, search and destroy missions, because the dogs would alert. But he told me that the dogs were also looking for booby traps, wires. They could smell enemy personnel like way sooner than the humans. So they were indispensable in the war effort. He said, but the bugs and fleas were outrageous. And he said that he was from New Jersey, and he used to write to his family to send flea collars because the army wasn't issuing them. He said, and so they sent cases of flea collars. And what the guy told me was, he goes, we put 2 on the dogs and we put 4 on us, both wrists and both ankles.
Wow.
And that's how we managed to survive the bugs in the Vietnam jungles.
And did they take the dogs back after the war, or did they just shoot them?
That is a good question, and that has always been an issue. Trying to reintegrate these.
Because the British, they had these horses that they served with their soldiers, they just ended up selling them after the war. You think, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. Although there is a
It's
movie, I
very
forget the name
sad.
of it. There's a movie about a girl who saved her dog's life when he came because she was a dog handler in Afghanistan. I mean, what these dogs do is very, very heroic. And the handlers too, because the dog handlers with the dog are put out like looking for landmines, IEDs, booby traps. They're on point. And so it's a very dangerous job, what these dogs do and what the dog handlers do. Very, very dangerous.
I hear these days, like police dogs and stuff, they end up when their service is done. I heard a long time ago that they were often put down because they weren't able to be reintegrated. But what I heard recently was that the owner had the option of keeping the dog as his own personal.
Well, you gotta distinguish between the military dog and the police dog. The dogs on police patrol, very, very often, this depends on the department, but very, very often they live at home with the officer and his kids and family and stuff. They're very well socialized. So usually when those dogs are retired, I believe that the officer is allowed to adopt that dog. The military dogs are a different story because a lot of those are trained for they're not as socialized, and they're living in kennels, not in homes.
Specialty trained.
But I mean, it's such a crime to kill those dogs after their service. I hope they don't do that anymore. And if you shoot a police dog, it's on the same level as shooting an officer.
Yeah, sure is.
It's a felony. Yeah. Clyde, can you hear us, Clyde?
My God.
I'm gonna mute him. He's still at it.
He's got to have that clip that says anally raped. That's what he's having a go at us.
Sounds like he's getting fisted a little bit, doesn't he?
Remember that clip?
You know what? It's your voice. Go ahead and say it. Say it, Archie.
Anally raped.
Guys, someone cut that clip for me. Thank you.
Marky, I got to ask you this. You know, with the dogs there, what watches do the dogs best respond to?
Come on. I think you mean what do the ladies most respond to? And the only ladies, honestly, I feel like the only ladies who respond to watches are strippers and bar girls. You know, because I feel like strippers and bar girls are used to dealing with a lot of men. Now there are certain parts of the world, you know, where
my God, and that's not the type you want anyhow.
A stripper can tell. A stripper knows from the engraving on the boot hot if that's a real Rolex or not. They learn quick. Van Lux's got a point. Bitches love Cartier. I agree with that because it's such a well-known brand, and they make a lot of ladies watches.
Yeah, Cartier for sure.
I feel like that's a lot better.
Super chat here.
We do. Have we?
Crown Gold, $10. Why is it coming up?
Crown Gold. You already read that one.
Whatever place is known for.
You already read that one.
Well, let him do it again.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go over it again. That's fine.
Sorry.
Guys, Marky, if you'd like us to read about,
have you, with your dog training success, what are you buying next?
I don't know.
What are you buying next, Marky?
I'm working on a new book. Oh, I bought a shitter. You know, I got a shitter coming off of eBay. I'll show you when I get it. I can't help myself. I love these.
What did you get?
I love these crap. Well, this isn't it, but it is another shitter. I do love my.
What is that, Mark?
I can't help it. I love my shitters. Here, let me let you look at it. This is called Loom Tech. And oh my God, it lights up like a Christmas tree. It's got 9 layers in the bezel and on the hands.
Jeez, I like the font they use, Marky. It reminds me of a Breitling. What do you think?
It does. It is a little outrageous, like a Breitling with like sawtooth bezel.
Yeah, I love the bezel.
I don't know why you know what though? They always do every sawtooth bezel Seiko made a sawtooth always. They put the teeth going the wrong way for you to turn it, so you're sort of turning with the teeth instead of against them, which means you got to hook a thumbnail in there to make it work. But anyway,
they're not in the gripping direction.
Correct, which I don't get.
Slipping direction.
Yeah, 100%, Mikey, and that to me that's weird, and it's true of every sawtooth bezel I've ever seen. And if they would just reverse them, you'd still get the exact same look.
Yeah, totally.
You'd be able to grip. So
it'd be more functional.
I don't get it.
I have the same complaint about even Porsches with directional wheels. You get a wheel that's like sawtooth, angled in one direction, and you look at it on the right-hand side of the car, and then they only made one wheel. So when you go to the other side of the car, it's angled in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
And it's like, fuck, for a brand like Porsche to not bother to make right-hand and left-hand side wheels is just fucking cheesing out. I can see it on a Toyota, right? It happens all the time on a Honda, Toyota, whatever. But when you see Ferraris with it or Porsches with it, no, not acceptable.
Green Man's got a point. Mark does love his shitters, and I do. And the reason for that is
and there's left-hand and right.
I love watches. I just love watches. I mean, I like good watches. I like shitty watches, and you can afford to own more shitty watches than you can good watches. So I have a mix of both. I just like watches, guys.
I find I get into the most wonderful conversations with people over watches. Just today at the grocery store, I always have to inquire when I see a watch of interest, and his wasn't anything special. It was I think a Citizen, but we went on to talking, and he said his favorite brand was Seiko, and I was like, oh, I love Seikos, and
Psychopath.
He mentioned he wasn't like unwilling to spend money on a watch, but he needed a watch that he could read at night. And so I told him, well, there are watches that have tritium dials and hands and numbers and things that stay lit all night long that are reasonably affordable. Ball being one brand that I.
That's actually probably Deep Blue is like a lot less even. Deep Blue, check out Deep Blue.
Oh, Deep Blue. I didn't know.
You know what? The people who drive me crazy are the guys who are wearing like a Sub or a Daytona, and you say, "Oh, nice Submariner," and they look at you like you're stupid. They go, "It's a Rolex." I'm like, oh, really? Who knew? Like they don't really know what they've got. They just know the brand Rolex. So they don't realize when you say, oh, that's a nice Explorer or Day-Date or, OP40, whatever it is. I had a guy wearing a beautiful full gold Daytona on an airplane sitting next to me. And I said, that's a beautiful Daytona. And he goes, it's a Rolex. I was like, okay. It's called a Daytona. That's the brand. That's the particular one you have. And he goes, oh, all right, I don't know. My wife got me a Rolex. That's really all I know. And they just don't have any real appreciation for what they own.
It's a Rolex. See, that's the problem with Rolex wearers. You don't know whether they're an enthusiast
or just a snob,
or a true lover of the brand. You know what I mean?
Let's check in on Clyde. Clyde Z, can you hear me?
Hello, Marky.
Well,
yes, here I am.
Near where I live, there's these polo fields where of course they play polo.
Wow.
And
you mean like Marco Polo or a pony?
No,
polo
like
pony.
Polo with the horses and shit.
Mikey,
like
you're in a rich neighborhood, man.
And I ran into a guy at the grocery store once again, but he was in his full polo, getup, right? The
boots,
pants and everything. Yeah. And he was wearing an AP Royal Oak. I noticed it because of the hexagonal.
Should have been wearing a Reverso, which was invented for polo.
Oh, of course.
Oh, guys, I've taken a phone call and I have to get back to it. So be well.
Clyde, just so you know, we overheard half that phone call. We had to mute you finally because it sounded like it was getting intense.
Well, who was I talking to?
A woman.
Fuck, you did hear. Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we couldn't make out too much. We're selling
Yeah,
the transcripts
couldn't
later.
make any of it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Take
Right.
care of yourself, Clydesy.
Sorry to expose you my heterosexual lifestyle.
She sounded angry, so I thought either it was a.
Well, then you know who it is.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right, love you, Lon.
Love you too. Bye. Oh, Clydesy. Poor Clydesy. Clydesy getting yelled at by a woman. Story of his life, really.
He's okay, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be all right.
That gentleman though that I ran into that was wearing the AP at the grocery store, I was like, wow, that's a mega watch, and he just looked at it and was like, oh, this old thing, like
this old thing, this old super chat.
He I could tell he viewed it the same as somebody would a Timex. It was like nothing to him.
All right, Archie, can you read this so I can get it off the fucking screen? Thank you.
Here we go. SR Bell, $5. Mark, happy Thanksgiving. After your boyfriend and you have a big Thanksgiving dinner, is there much room left in your bottom for you to insert yourself? There you go.
Well, okay.
Thank you, SR Bell.
Yes,
Next.
thank you as always. Whoa! Let me answer. Otherwise, he'll be screaming in the comments. Answer.
No idea how it works.
Well, hold on.
He's got no idea.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna explain this. On date night, when we go out to a nice restaurant, I order soup, salad, appetizer, a meal, and dessert for myself, and I order a lovely plate of ice cubes for the kitten. That's exactly how that works. A plate of ice cubes. All right. Well, thank you for that.
Okay.
That's how that works. Talk about stuffing. Actually, Archie, that is probably my favorite of the American holidays would be Thanksgiving. I don't think you guys have anything quite like it. But Mike, I do have a question for you.
Sure.
In your family tradition, would you say, is there like a really much of a difference between the Thanksgiving dinner and the Christmas dinner?
The dinners themselves,
Wow.
no.
Is it like the same?
On those two particular holidays, as much of the family gathers, usually at my brother's house, and we have a big family gathering dinner.
But I mean the food. Is the food the same or is it different?
Well, no, we don't serve, Thanksgiving turkey at Christmas, but it's
Well, what do you have at Christmas?
It usually is a turkey and maybe ham and
For Christmas?
yeah, so my brother will cook something delicious up. A lot of times it might be some of the wild meat that we've harvested ourselves. But he always does it up super nice. Like,
but you have turkey on Thanksgiving, right?
Yes. One year we did the dip it in the
the peanut oil, the fried turkey.
And
that's amazing.
I think my brother left it in for like 30 seconds too long because I've had it where it was just like you're saying, it's so juicy and perfect.
It seals all the juices inside.
When my brother did it, it was just a little on the dry side.
It was more than 30 seconds too long. It was too long.
Maybe so, but it was kind of like normal turkey, like.
Dry, yeah.
Some of the deep fried turkeys
if you're gonna bake a turkey, if you brine it and put it in a turkey bag, then it stays really moist. Or if you put it in a deep fryer, the big turkey deep fryer, it'll cook like a 9-10 pound turkey in like 45 minutes. It's super fast. All the outsides are super crispy and the inside is incredible. Yeah. So
but you gotta be pretty accurate about your timing.
You do. That is true. You got to know the temperature.
Turkey. Can you deep fry a turkey?
Listen, here's how it works. I'm going to explain it. It's a giant cylindrical deep fryer.
You deep fry a turkey? Who's deep frying turkey?
If you got to do it out, it doesn't taste fried. You would never know. It's not greasy. It's super nice. But it's a giant tubular, big circular thing, and with a hook. And you lower the turkey into it. The thing goes crazy. 45 minutes later, you pull it out. It's beautiful. But most turkeys in this country are not sold fresh. They're sold frozen. And you have got to make sure that fucker is thawed. Because
If
if
it-
you put a frozen turkey into the deep fryer, it will explode, and
Yeah.
hot oil will go everywhere. The house will catch on fire. The yard will catch
Yeah.
on fire.
There's a high number of houses and fires,
That burn, yeah.
general fires that happen because of those
The
deep
turkey.
fryers. They just
That is
tip
true.
over by accident, or whatever.
You gotta
but-
you gotta know what you're doing.
and
That
a
is
lot
true.
of people are injured by them as well.
Super chat for Archie.
AC SR Bell, $2. AC, how many times have you jacked off in that room?
Is that why you got to change
But
hotels?
I think, yeah, I think you could say probably 3 or 4.
Does that mean you're not having a good time? Because wherever you go, there's got to be some ladies. Ladies, hey, ladies.
I'm disease adverse.
Well, then why do you go there? Like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I understand.
Wrap that rascal.
Wrap that rascal. Yes. Yeah, good point, Mike. Very
You and Matt
good.
Stevens. You know what? Here's what you do. Let me explain how this works. On your way out, you stop at the clinic. You get a shot in your ass and a bunch of pills. That for your first week home, and you're good to go.
What pills do you actually get for that? What do you ask for?
You want the amoxicillin. That's a pretty good one. And
Yeah, amoxicillin.
Antibiotics, is
or you
it?
could take a Z-Pack.
Yeah. I can't think of the name of it right now. Sorry.
Listen, all you need to do in Thailand, guys, and in Mexico and in a lot of these countries, you can walk into a pharmacy and just tell the pharmacist exactly what you want. Or if you don't know what you want, you can just tell them it burns when I pee, and then they know what to give you.
Yes.
That would be all throughout Southeast Asia and most of Central America.
Yes. Thank you.
Look, SR Bell is an expert. He recommends penicillin. That is done with a shot in the ass, in the arse.
I think you can take penicillin pills.
You could take doxycycline for MRSA. I'm sure you can, Mikey. However, when they want to give you a lot at once, don't ask me how I know. It's a big fucking needle. That was so many years ago.
Wow.
But back then it was a big needle because penicillin is thick. I'm sure there's better ways of doing this now than there was, like 20, 30 years ago. But
yeah, no, I think they've got penicillin pills. So you can just.
That's good because that shot in the ass was a monster. It was like a horse. It was like a horse injection. Horse. Poof. It was like a lawn dart, Mike. It's no fun. Let me tell you what else was no fun.
Those are called jarts.
Confession time. I'm trying to think how long ago was this? Dear God, would have been 90s. I did not have gonorrhea, but they wanted to check me for gonorrhea due to a situation. And the way they did it then was a Q-tip.
Yeah.
That they stuck inside your. Yeah, man, that was outrageously horrible. I'm pretty sure they don't do that anymore, but it was like a little Q-tip that just went right in. Take a deep breath and don't scream. Okay, well, there you have it, guys. We're talking sexually transmitted diseases in a relaxed format. Yes.
Let me ask you this there, Mikey.
What's that?
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Dog shit brands, Breguet, Breitling, and Boucher.
And what? Bucher?
Buchera.
How about Brumont, as you like to call it?
Oh, Brumont. What the hell? Brumont, they apparently lost a lot of money. Did you know that?
Good, because they just invented a backstory, and then they invited a lot of people like Adrian, Bark, and Jack, and they just basically plied them with free liquor to get them to tell their story.
No, these brands mentioned are above brands like Tissot and Rado, right?
Yeah, I think so, Mike. But also, you can't really compare Breguet and Bright.
Oh no, of course not.
Napoleon did
yeah,
not
but
wear a bright light.
Booker isn't that a medium to upper tier?
You know what? I don't know because I'm ignorant. But when I hear
me too, I don't know enough about the brand.
Mike, when I hear Bucherer, I think of Young Frankenstein and Frau Blucher.
Oh,
Frau Blucher. Bucherer. Super chat.
Super chat. Frank V. $2. Mike, it's Kunta Kint, not Toby.
Kunta
More
Kinte.
respect for that.
He's talking about roots. I don't know why. Why are you talking about roots, Frank V?
Somebody just having
Okay, here we go.
Toby the Wonder Dog.
It's Bell, $2. AC, would you jerk off TW for 500K? No, I'm not interested in doing. I mean, how would this be done? How would the money be placed? You know, there's too many.
You got to go with the theoretical. You know that it's put. You know, into escrow. It's held by a reliable third party. It's held in escrow by your father. Actually, you probably owe him that much, and he'd steal it back. I'm just saying.
I don't really want to get. Would you want your parents involved in this sort of transaction?
What if you could wear? What if you could wear Playtex, gloves, like the rubber gloves women wear to like wash?
You know, there are sometimes in life you just have to say no.
Well, what about the cash in one hand and you doing the deed with the other hand?
Right.
That's the way to do it. Then there's no.
Guys, have you watched Squid Games? Mikey, have you seen Squid Games where the money falls into the piggy bank?
No,
the money's. Oh my God, Mike! Buy Netflix and watch Squid Games. But anyway, what if there was like the piggy bank came down from the sky and like as Archie was doing the deed, like packets of $100 bills, kept falling into the Squid Games, piggy bank.
Huh. Never even heard of it. I'll have to check it out.
I don't know, Archie. I think you should reconsider that offer. It's a pretty good one.
Yes.
Well, look, here should be your response to SR Bell on all of these ridiculous questions from now on. This is a very, very simple answer. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
An acquired taste is just saying distasteful things that are just out of line, dude. Come on, man.
What are we looking at? See, that's better than any Breitling. Don't you think? That's better than any Breitling ever made. I like Breitling, but I confess, come on.
Yeah, I mean, must admit that is fucking. But it's so $100,000. I mean, US.
You know what? I can see that on a paddock, but that's a little harder. Fella gave me $100,000 paddock, and he said, "Go train the dogs wearing this paddock." And I looked at it, and I was like, "No, I'm not walking around the block, wearing this $100,000. I know it was at least six figures. No, it was a perpetual paddock. You know the one, I think, Arch.
That fella, haven't you? A couple times.
Yes. Paddock's, yes, fella, and his wonderful guy, quite frankly. Anyway, but he had it's a paddock perpetual calendar chronograph. And what's that worth? And I'm supposed to go train dogs wearing that thing. Like, no.
Big bucks, Marky.
Well, what if I fall down, and like break it? What if I get mugged, and someone takes the watch, I don't know.
That's the whole point. It's like a friend saying, "Hey, you can drive my car." They just bought a new sports car.
And then you wreck it.
And then you think, "Oh, I don't want to be responsible for this shit." Do you? You know what I mean?
Well, I do. And in fact, that was one of the main reasons that you were angry at fella, because he got into your new car and drank a bottle of water in it.
Exactly.
And it offended you that he brought water into your car, even though he didn't think he spilled the water?
No, he brought coffee. It was in a coffee cup. Then he proceeded to use my cup holders. Those cup holders have never been soiled with grubby fucking
Now, wait.
I actually had COVID mask in there and keys. I do not use that.
Now,
That's the only thing worse is somebody jumping and smoking, you know?
was that black coffee or was it cream and sugar? Because that could be stickier.
No, it's just.
Was it Starbucks or was it like some kind of gas station coffee?
No, I think it was Starbucks.
Of course it was, because it's fella. Would you have felt worse if it was like a meat pie from a gas station that he ate in your vehicle? Would that be worse than a Starbucks?
They're probably the same, because meat pie is less chance of
greasy.
spilling, but
it's greasy.
With a liquid, anything liquidy.
Liquidy. Now, wait. I also want to know what new car was that? Which car was it?
That was when I had the BMW. It was fairly.
Well, you still have it, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Now, but how new was it when the coffee cup holder?
Oh, it was just, well, put it this way, it was just after the burglary.
So was the car, did it still have, here's what I'm getting at. Did the BMW still have that new car smell?
It still has that smell.
Now, but was that smell overridden by the smell of coffee?
No, I did. Look, it was, I'm thankful it was over before it even started.
As he was stepping into your car, did you notice that he had the cup in his hand?
Yeah, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this guy?
Well, it was exactly, don't you feel like this was exactly like the incident where Doc BBW let the fat chick break his seat and didn't say anything because he didn't know what to say? And you could have just said, hey, just leave the Starbucks on the curb. But, you know, it happened so fast, you didn't know what to do, right?
Ambushed.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell the fat chick to get out of your car?
Good point, Mark.
What can you do? All right. There's SR Bell is screaming in the comments that there's a super chat. Let me get it. Hold on.
Here we go.
Here we go. Super chat.
SR Bell. SR Bell.
Remember the answer that I told you.
AC, would you let Tim Wright fight you for $5 million?
Remember the answer. What was it? Show me that.
$5 million.
Money in
I think
one
I might
hand.
take that one.
Ooh,
$5 million is more than 500K.
You'll take that one. You'll take that one.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to congratulate SR Bell.
Do I have to enjoy it? Do I have to enjoy it? And can I use lube?
We have to ask SR Bell those questions, but I would like to congratulate him on finally finding your price. Because he's been at it for a long time. He's gotten nowhere. I gave you an out. I gave you an answer. You didn't use it. You actually confirmed that you would take the money. I wonder if Aussie Expat would take the money. Aussie Expat, you wouldn't take this money, would you?
G'day, gentlemen. No.
I didn't
But
think so.
anyway.
SR Bells, by the way, real quick, Archie says lube is okay.
All right, so yeah.
Lube's okay.
You know what, SR Bell, you are truly a gentleman.
Yeah.
Because I would have replied, blood is a lubricant. But
That's terrible, Mark.
So SR Bell is more gentlemanly than I would have thought.
Let's get a tissue. 1 minute.
Oh my God.
Tissue time.
Why do you need a tissue seconds after? Archie, why do you need a tissue?
I want to blow my nose.
Are you sure that's... SR Bell, you asked if you could enjoy it and you could use lube. SR Bell says yes, and instantaneously you need a tissue. I'm very disturbed.
What's up, Ozzy?
I'm just cooking dinner. I'm gonna sell my Omega. That's what's new.
Were you gonna sell?
Yeah, the Speedmaster, the
Why would you
Moonwatch.
sell anything?
I don't. It's not that I don't wear it. I actually don't like wearing it. So
But
it's
you
like
don't need the
negative
money.
value.
It's not bothering anything in your sock drawer.
So how are you going to sell it, Ozzy?
I don't know. I've never sold anything before, so
Don't start. Don't start now.
I've taken photos and I've started trying to find out what dealers people recommend so we get quotes from. We'll see.
No, wait. Is this one of these deals where you're so rich you just want it out of your fucking house and you don't really care what you get for it? In which case,
It's been on the chopping block for 2 years, and I've just hadn't had the time to.
Yeah, you should write me. Because if I get like the right deal on that watch.
Oh,
And let's be honest, you don't.
Oh, really? You're actually in the market for a moonwatch.
Let's just say I don't
that's
have
the
one.
3861, is it? Which one do you got, Ozzy?
Yeah, 3861 sapphire sandwich. I've worn it for 3 months in total. There's about 7 months worth of warranty left.
Bracelet or
yeah, bracelet.
Yeah.
Bracelet. It's not a.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna want
Actually,
like
the sapphire
7
sandwich, I must admit,
grand for it.
it's not the Hesselite, but I actually
I
sort
hate
of
the
love.
Hesselite. No,
They're a
nobody
bit
wants-
more expensive. The sandwich is a bit more expensive, isn't it, Ozzy?
Yeah, and a little bit fancier. So they've got like polished links on the 5-link
Now, is
and
that the new
applied
clasp?
indices.
Old clasp.
I believe it's the old clasp, so it doesn't have the micro adjust.
All right. Well, markgoldberg8@gmail.com. Send me your worst price. Send me the price that'll really hurt.
I'll see what the quotes are after I get the dealers.
You want it gone. It's been 2 years. It's
The
slowly
dealers
giving
won't
you
pay
this
much. I
kind
can
of
tell you, they're fucking.
No,
mean.
no. So I just don't know what a fair price is. I don't really care, but
half of what you
know,
paid
just
for it,
to-
roughly. Those things depreciate.
Well, yeah. Well, I've got the price tag. It's like 7.2 is what I paid.
Like I said,
they're
half.
now 9,000 at
half
retail,
would
which
be-
is
half would be
insane.
like, just, it's like a car. They depreciate. Probably needs a service. Super chat.
Well, it's got a warranty for 7 months.
Blow David SW for a Le Mans. No, I don't even like the Le Mans. No.
He doesn't even like David SW. All right, hold on. Let's have a close look.
Ooh,
Guys,
look at this.
let's get real.
Alexa, stop.
If anybody wants this watch, do you have like some kind of bullshit throwaway email address that the guys can, get a hold of you?
You're not interested, Mark? He's going to say you.
Yeah,
I'm not that interested in the private sale, honestly. I don't have time to deal with that.
All right.
I mean, but for you, Mark, if things happen, things happen. But
Yeah, I understand.
yeah,
I see, and I understand.
Does that watch have a Hesselite crystal or a
No.
glass crystal?
No, it's
no,
sapphire.
this is sapphire.
Mikey, he said that, Mike.
Oh, is that a
Yeah,
sapphire
it's a
sandwich?
sapphire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now, hold on. Whoa. Let's have a closer. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
They're
Yeah.
definitely nicer.
I'll tell you what,
watches.
Bruce Williams has that watch or had it. I don't know if he still does, and he lent it to me. It seems like he wanted to sell his too. That's why he lent it to me, because he knows I'm a sucker.
I just don't like the brand anymore. That whole Frankenstein watch thing. I mean, it's been 2 years. That's how long I've been thinking about it.
Well, you
It
did try.
hasn't faded.
Watch thing.
Where they basically created an original Speedmaster. Like they remanufactured parts, they put new serial numbers on it, then they had their archives certify that it was the genuine thing, even though it's completely fake. And then they put it up for auction, and then they had their own Japanese arm buy it themselves at millions of dollars. And then they put up a huge PR saying, "Oh, we're so glad that the watch community now highly values vintage Speedmasters. This is a new opportunity for collectors," and blah, blah, blah. It was all fake. Every aspect of it was fake and perpetrated by the CEO. Sorry?
Unscrupulous employees were involved in it, weren't they? No?
This was people who answered directly to the CEO of Omega. So you can say they're employees, and that's true, but it's the S team, and it doesn't get any higher than that.
John C, $2. Mikey, any update on Coda and the root beer quest? Well, you haven't heard about Coda, have you at all?
Both of these are old news. It's long been known that Coda was rehomed, and I am not in communication with that family, but I'm sure I was at the very beginning. She was very happy, and I'm sure she's very happy today. And the root beer quest, when I had showing an interest in one, everybody was telling me, "You're stupid. You'll never get it. It's a pipe dream." And during that time, I decided to buy a Ducati motorcycle, and so I instead bought that. And so
Oh,
since then,
Mulligans too.
I don't really have that big of an interest in the root beer.
I cooked today also, Aussie expat. I had a bunch of tomatoes and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. They were eventually going to go bad. So for the first time in my life, I made creamy tomato soup, and it was
Wow.
It was easy.
Wow.
It was super easy.
What's in tomato soup?
Well, I didn't know either. So
Yeah.
basically, here's what you do. You brown an onion until it's kind of soft and translucent. Then you add a couple cloves of garlic and you brown that in some olive oil or butter. I used a little bit of both. And then you add in your chopped up tomatoes, and you saute that for quite a while until it starts weeping out the juice. You add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. I added in.
Oh, you had the paste as well.
Yeah. Well, because that deepens the flavor. It really,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you just had it on hand. I don't normally have paste on hand.
You know what? I just keep it in case. It was probably expired. And then I had some tomato sauce, threw that in there just for shits and giggles. And then
That's good.
And that's it. You just cook the shit out of that stuff. And then at a certain point, you could just kind of tell everything's soft and definitely cooked. You put an immersion blender in there, right into the pot. You just put an immersion blender, and then that just makes, purees everything. And then you add your cream or your milk a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't boil that, or it'll split or curdle.
But on serving, or you actually add it?
You can do it ahead of time. Heat it up, blend it in, and then throw it in the fridge, ready to go. Now, mind you, I put salt, pepper, basil in there. Oh, and I forgot 1 cup of chicken stock. So there you have the whole recipe, guys.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've been cooking a lot more in the last couple of years. Just the quality of food at anything other than fine dining is sort of terrible.
I agree. Listen, you know how I got it? I just went on the Chat GPT and I said, give me an easy recipe for creamy tomato soup, and it just did it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
ChatGPT is pretty good at that, because most recipes out there online, I feel like no one's ever cooked them. They're mostly bullshit.
Or they're complicated, some of them.
Right. But what humans normally do is you take like a bunch of different recipes, and then you sort of like pick bits and pieces. Does it sound right? Is this the middle of the road for this measurement, and so forth? And so that's kind of what LLMs do. They sort of find what the middle of the road thing is for anything you ask it.
Yeah, it was very good. Hertan says that's a lot of work for a Campbell soup, but it wasn't. It was homemade and it tasted it,
Yeah.
But mind you,
What did Satan's kitten think of it?
Well, he won't eat it. He doesn't eat anything. He won't eat anything that's not on the children's menu. So mac and cheese, chicken fingers, French fries.
I wish my son was even that easy. Unfortunately, my son doesn't really get into chips French fries at the moment, nor will he touch mac and cheese. It's awful.
Well, how old is he?
He's 6, but he's gotten more fussy in the last 2 years.
Really?
Not less. Yeah.
You'd think it would go the other way, Like kids that age usually love French fries.
Sorry, say again.
What does he eat, Ozzy?
Cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets,
he's an American. That's American.
He did start liking my teriyaki chicken, and then one day he just decided it's disgusting. Like that was it. Like I asked him, "Do you want this every day?" And he goes, "Yes, I would love this every day." Okay, that's great. And then I made it for him the next week, and then he's like, "No, I didn't do it every day, but I did do it the following week." And then he's like, "Oh, this again." I'm like, "But I asked you, was it good enough to have even every day?" Yeah, so
every 6-year-old reserves the right to change their mind.
Right, I get that now.
Anyway, yeah, no, Satan's kitten's palate is on par with your child. So no, he doesn't eat anything that I make, and that's why I don't even cook all that much, because it's like cooking for one. Who bothers? But but I'll tell you what ChatGPT is amazing with is if you just have a few weird ingredients that you don't know what to do with. You've got like a green pepper, one ripe avocado that you got to use like right now, and a few other weird little things. If you just ask ChatGPT, give me a recipe that uses these things, It tells you
It's actually
exactly what to
useful.
do. It gives you, even gives you options.
I tell you what's funny about that use case is I feel like that's exactly what they said refrigerators would do for us in the 90s.
Well, they've
You know,
had
I remember.
refrigerators since, like 1920.
Sure, but they had like smart refrigerators in the 90s,
Oh,
if
it
you
was the
remember.
Wi-Fi ones.
Yeah, and they said that that's what it would do for you, 30 years ago.
Right. The
And here we
features.
are again. Oh, that use case sounds interesting. It's always being solved, that
The
problem.
most interesting thing that my refrigerator does is if Satan's kitten forgets and leaves it open, it starts
Does the
beeping.
refrigerator talk to you with AI?
No, it does not. We didn't get a fancy one with a screen.
No,
But
evidently the best ones are with the least features, not the most.
that's what I'm saying. And not only that,
Yeah.
refrigerators, when I was a kid, refrigerators lasted 30, 40 years. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
No. Why is that, Marky?
Planned
They were
obsolescence.
made in America. You know that they were made in America before.
Yeah, and then they started shipping them off to China, and they just dumbed everything down for cheaper prices because I'm sure it all got.
Well, we did a few things that were inherently not good engineering wise. We wanted it with the freezer at the bottom, and then we also wanted an ice maker where the machine doesn't actually freeze anything. They want it on top, where the refrigeration happens. So it's just our own consumer tendencies are fighting against thermodynamics. And guess which wins? It's the thermodynamics.
I fought the law, and the law won.
Yeah, so if you just want a simple fridge, freezer on top, refrigerator on the bottom, no ice maker, that could still probably last 20 years.
I don't know, man. They were made in Detroit. Now they're made in.
The thing is, they were relatively appliances in the 50s and 60s.
They were
very
expensive.
expensive. They
Yeah,
were
yes.
expensive.
Yeah.
All I know is my mother would not get a color television set until the burglars, left her black and white alone and stole everything else in the house.
Yeah, it is interesting. I feel like in the past we probably paid a lot more money for TVs and we didn't get many upgrades.
They were very, very expensive. I mean, remember
Yeah.
in the 40s when they came out, which I wasn't born then, but when they did, Clyde told me, if somebody had one on the, everybody on the block went to that neighbor's house who had the TV.
Yeah.
Super.
And I remember it was like 54 centimeters what I grew up with.
At least you got what you paid for, in substance. Like it weighed 40, 50 pounds.
Black Cat 997 $5. The voice chat GPT lady with the BBC voice makes me feel like I'm always asking amazing, intelligent questions. TVs. We had a Sony Triniton. I remember in the 70s, my parents bought a Sony.
That's expensive. That was always expensive.
That was high class.
That's extreme.
It wasn't a big one. I remember it wasn't a big one. I remember, yeah.
I couldn't afford Sony. I would have to buy Mitsubishi. They had the same technology, but it wasn't a Sony.
When I was a kid, they were all like Zenith and RCA. They were all manufactured in America. You're referencing Korean and Japanese, brands that we didn't have.
Do you think they could never manufacture TVs in the US now? Could they? Labor cost.
No, I'm sure the labor they couldn't. When I was a kid, we had 3 channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. 3 channels.
Well, the technology for screens is a lot more specialized now. It's more like semiconductors and stuff.
What's that?
PBS.
Okay, so there was UHF channels. They were on a completely different spectrum, and there were a couple of those. PBS didn't come around until I was already, grown up a little bit. And moreover, all those channels that I just described, which were the main ones, went off the air at midnight, and they didn't come back on until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And they would play the Star Spangled Banner at 12 midnight.
Wow.
And
even in Australia, we had 24/7 channels.
Yeah, well, so
like when I was growing up.
When by the time you were born, but I'm saying,
Do you ever remember Gene Simmons in the morning? They used to have Gene Simmons videos in the morning, Ozzy.
No, they had Jack LaLanne.
Well, we had Oz Aerobics when I was growing up.
They had they'd play the Star Spangled Banner. Then there was always the Jack LaLanne exercise show at 6 in the morning.
Here we go. John C. $2. Mike the Snake, did you mislead the community about the Pantera?
No. No.
You just say you covered the ground. That's it.
Yeah.
No. Simple. That's a simple answer, Mike.
Show me the money.
I'm not gonna bother.
We're not dignifying that.
Clarifying anything. Yeah.
There you go. Mike's addressed that, and he stands on his record. Boy, I'll tell you what, though, that comment really has fired up the peanut gallery, because there's people in that peanut gallery who are really, really, really interested in that Pantera for whatever reason.
Oh, I know. It's never gonna.
Don't you people have anything better to worry about? Anyway,
who's watching the show if they're complaining about boomer talk? That's interesting. I can't imagine many people younger than myself. Which is like, who's your youngest punter, Archie?
Oh, we
No
have.
idea.
Yeah, you think you got anyone in their 20s?
Oh shit! You had that kid on the panel who was 18 from KL.
Tony, right? I think his
That's
name
right.
is Tony.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, every once in a while you get yourself a youngin' who's interested in watches.
Yeah. Up until recently, my YouTube channel for demographics said I had precisely 100% males as my audience.
That's yeah. I probably
Like there was no room for error. It was just 100% male. It's a male only zone.
Yeah, that is by and large true, and the demographic is also much older. Very few people in their 20s in my analytics. Super
chat. John C. $2. Mikey, you're awesome. Thanks for letting me troll you.
Well, that was a nice comment to make there, John.
That's very nice.
I'm doing my job, and the trolls are doing their job. That's all
Yeah, but he admitted that he was trolling, and he thanked you for your service to the
I
show.
gotta say something, Aussie expat. Now that you're retired, you vacationing? Would you come to Asia for a couple months or something like? Would you do a sabbatical like that?
No. The reality is once your kids are in school, your holiday time is the school calendar.
Yes.
Like,
Can I tell you something, Ozzy? As a empty nester, I feel very disappointed that I used to take my youngest two children to high school. I used to always have snacks in the afternoon ready for them.
Nice.
Now that one of them's at university and the other one's training to be a plumber, I fucking miss it. I actually said to the one at university, would you consider repeating? Because I enjoyed picking you up. I said, look, I know you're in second year uni, but you got an ATAR of 98.2. There's still a couple little points you could improve if you repeated.
He got a 98. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's you could pick almost anything he wants. That's amazing.
Yeah, but he wants to become a teacher.
But you do realize in if you think back, I don't know what your background is, but in university, that is an ocean away from high school. You know what I mean? Like when I was in university, I didn't even remotely think about, like, say, dating a girl from high school or something like that. That would just seem creepy. Even there's only like 1 or 2 years removed or something. It's just an ocean in terms of lifestyle and thinking between high school and university.
Very true. The scary thing is that university itself, you're right, it's a complete world away. And it's, before you know it, you're 53. That's exactly what I said to my I met a friend. I went to preschool with him, and I also was in many classes in primary school with him.
Yeah.
And he's a general manager at a hotel in he was in which group? He's been to Thailand, he's been to Vietnam, he's also been in Macau. He was in Macau. And actually, he told me some creepy stories. He was at one high-end hotel. This is a creepy story before we wrap up, okay?
Hmm.
I'm not going to name the hotel. I'm not going to name it, but it was a famous, very famous hotel in Macau. These guys were staying in a room, and it appears that they had a bit of a gambling debt problem. Chinese guy comes in, knifes the shit out of him. He was the duty manager. What happened was the people who were staying next door noticed there was blood seeping through the door.
They're going to need new towels for sure.
And then he opened it up and he said, oh, it was just horrific. Just horrific. The room had to be fully stripped. It was a total disaster. And when they looked at the footage, the camera, they saw this guy. He was cold, cool as a cucumber. The guy fucked off to China. What happened?
You know, before we wrap this up, I want to tell Aussie Expat the funny thing about dating high school girls.
Yes.
No matter how old I get, they stay the same age. That's a line out of a movie, by the way, guys.
No worries at all, Marky. Thank you so much. Guys, that's the show for today. It's been interesting. I actually really enjoy coming on the show, chatting to you. Mike, I'll make sure I set it up as landscape tomorrow, not fucking portrait. Let's thank our super chatters. Huratan, 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 AD never calling. The Rancher, Huratan, AD never calling. Huratan, The Rancher, Black Cat 997, One Up Trading, Huratan, Huratan, Empty 85, Black Cat 997, Huratan, Phoenician Cedar, Huratan, CB, Black Cat 997, CB, Huratan, Crown Gold, SR Bell, Frank V, SR Bell, John C, Black Cat 997, John C, and John C again. Guys, that's the show. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming on, guys. We really do appreciate you guys coming on here. Thank you. See you later, guys.
Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW. David SW.